Hey, what is happening, guys? What's up, YouTube? What's up, Steam It Rules for Rebels here? I wanted to make a quick video kind of talking about like 7 to 10 important points, things you might want to know, etc. about the upcoming August 1st date. The Bitcoin fork is upon us. So I have a couple points that I think you guys may want to know about. I've been keeping pretty close tabs on the Bitcoin and the BTC and the cryptocurrency subreddits, as well as the Coinbase subreddit. I see a lot of people like rushing to try to buy hardware wallets or to move their Bitcoins off of exchanges to Electrum or Trezors and things like that. One thing I wanted to point out before we get started with these points, first off, I should mention, if I sound weird, guys, it's because I'm sick. I've been friggin' sick all weekend. I feel like crap, so that's why I'm not on camera too, but I wanted to get a quick video out there. Hopefully this video can maybe be used as almost like a little message board. So if you guys hear anything, if you guys want to comment on how long your Coinbase transfers are taking, if you want to share tips on wallets or exchanges that are going to be supporting Bitcoin Cash, etc., feel free to drop it in the comments section below and keep us updated. In this video, I'm going to be talking about exchanges that are going to support Bitcoin Cash, wallets that are going to support Bitcoin Cash, how long of waits Coinbase is taking getting things off there. But before we get started, one other thing I wanted to add. I see a lot, like, okay, let me put it this way. If you're new to Bitcoin, if you're not super comfortable, sending Bitcoin, receiving Bitcoin, re-uploading your keys to wallets, etc., I might suggest that you just sit this whole Bitcoin Cash thing out and don't try to get your quote-unquote free money. I think when people are rushed and when people are stressed, they make a lot of stupid decisions. And I've seen a lot of people on the Bitcoin forums and Reddit and stuff like that who are like, oh crap, I accidentally sent my Bitcoin to a Litecoin wallet, and you'll probably get it back, but it'll take, Coinbase or wherever you sent it through a while to figure out that it's not a valid transaction and send it back. It might take a couple days. I've seen other people who are like losing keys and who are sending Bitcoin to wrong addresses, and just, when people are stressed and scrambling, they do stupid stuff. So you may do more harm than good trying to take advantage of your Bitcoin Cash. And quite frankly, I think Bitcoin Cash really isn't going to be that profitable for anybody anyways. The futures started off at $600. Last I checked, they were trading at about $342. And once everybody starts dumping, it's going to go even lower. So for everybody like freaking out and scrambling and running around trying to take advantage of their Bitcoin Cash, it may be a whole lot of effort for not a whole lot of gain. But without further ado, let's get into this. So Coinbase is taking insanely long to process Bitcoin transfers. I started a transfer on July 28th at 6 p.m. Chicago time, Central time. Right now it is July 30th at 8:08 a.m. It's been over 36 hours. My transaction is still pending. I've seen some people saying they got notifications telling them their transfer is going to take 72 hours. I hadn't seen a notification like that. Coinbase on their own site says if you want your Bitcoin off Coinbase, do it by 10 a.m. July 31st. I'm not sure how they can give that date when they're like already taking 2 to 3 days to transfer out. At that point, it's going to be too late. But excuse me, guys. But that's what Coinbase is saying. I have heard from some people that if you move your Bitcoin in amounts smaller than a whole Bitcoin, the transfers are going through within a matter of hours as opposed to a matter of days. So, I mean, hypothetically, if you have 3 Bitcoins sitting on Coinbase, rather than sending 3 Bitcoins at once or even 1.5 and 1.5, you may want to try sending like 0.9 Bitcoins 3 or 4 times. You might be able to get it to slip through. Let's see if you, next point, if you don't already have a hardware wallet, you're probably too late. I see a lot of people like, oh, can I hop on and order a Trezor? I mean, it's going to take 2 to 3 days to get delivered. I mean, it's going to be after August 1st by the time you get your hardware wallet. The only way, and then the Ledger is back ordered till September. I think the only way you could have even a shot at getting a hardware wallet before then is to buy one locally. Not even eBay or Amazon's going to get it to you before then. You probably have to buy one locally off like a Craigslist or an OfferUp or a Letgo or 5 Miles. I have a buddy in Vegas who tried buying one. The guy had opened it and resealed it. I'm not sure what kind of nefarious stuff somebody could do if they opened the wallet first, but from what I've heard, you want to get a sealed wallet. I mean, Trezor puts a lot of time and effort into sealing the wallet. On their website, they tell you to check the seal, so be very careful if you're going to buy one secondhand. At this point, it's probably going to be hard for you to get a hardware wallet in time. I'm a big fan of Electrum. I've heard you should be able to get your Bitcoin Cash by using an Electrum wallet. As long as you hold your private keys, you do have the ability to get your Bitcoin Cash. So I would recommend Electrum if you're scrambling to get a hardware wallet. You're not going to get it in time. Just use Electrum. Exchanges who will support Bitcoin Cash are Poloniex, Bittrex, and Kraken. There are others, but those are the kind of mainstream, the well-known exchanges. So why even look elsewhere? I mentioned this for any of you guys who are looking for a place to dump your Bitcoin Cash once you have it. Some people have said they plan on keeping their Bitcoin on these exchanges prior to and leading up to the fork and through the fork. Keep in mind, most people, general consensus is you don't want to trust exchanges with your Bitcoins. So just because we're coming up to the fork, I don't think that really changes that, especially during times of turmoil. We see these sites go down, we see delays, etc. We saw the whole thing happen with BTCE recently. We see how long Coinbase is taking to process transfers. Are you really sure you want to put your Bitcoins onto an exchange right before August 1st when the markets are going to be going crazy and there's going to be runs on the bank and everyone's trying to flip their Bitcoin Cash? I personally would not recommend doing that, but if you want to do it, more power to you. I guess if you do have it on there, when it splits, you're supposed to get Bitcoin Cash and keep your regular Bitcoin. One other thing about doing that, if you do plan on opening accounts on one of those sites to dump your Bitcoin, you probably want to start doing it like right now, like the second you get done watching this video, because a lot of times these sites have verifications. You may need to upload your ID, verify your bank info, etc. And this can take a couple days, even under ideal situations. Obviously, everybody is going to be running to these exchanges, trying to set up accounts so that they can dump their Bitcoin Cash and stuff like that. So I imagine wait times are going to be taking even longer. And I imagine these sites are going to be bogged down just like Coinbase, because it's just a handful of them that say they're going to support Bitcoin Cash. So I would probably recommend keeping your Bitcoins in an Electrum wallet or something to where you can get your Bitcoin Cash when it comes out and then transfer it onto a Poloniex or a Bittrex or a Kraken. But a lot of people are just sending their Bitcoins there prior to August 1st so that when the split happens, they get both their coins. And I guess at that point, they're already on an exchange and you can dump them. If you're looking for a wallet who will support, this is the next point. If you're looking for a wallet who will support Bitcoin Cash, for hardware wallets, Trezor. Trezor has put out has texted me and emailed me a couple times saying basically like once it happens, my wallet's going to show two different coins or they're going to give me instructions on how to get both coins. I believe the Ledger has that too. The Ledger, however, is back ordered until September. So if you don't already have one, tough luck probably. For software wallets, I'm a big fan of Electrum. And we're going to get into briefly how you're going to get your Bitcoin Cash off Electrum. Next point, how do I get my Bitcoin Cash safely off my wallet? Like I said, something like a Trezor is most likely going to have an automatic upgrade to create two different currencies in your Bitcoin wallet, one for Bitcoin and one for Bitcoin Cash. For software wallets, I've heard people, maybe, I don't know, I haven't really been following that closely. Maybe Electrum will automatically just credit you Bitcoin Cash, but from what I've heard, here's how you're going to need to do it. So you may want to set up a burner wallet because your original wallet is basically going to be no good after doing this. So what I've heard people saying is you're going to create a burner wallet. You're going to move your coins into that burner wallet. After the fork, you're going to send your Bitcoins back to your real wallet. Now the burner wallet will look as if it's empty. However, hidden within that burner wallet is your Bitcoin Cash private keys. So you're then going to go find another wallet who supports Bitcoin Cash. You're going to re-upload your seed to that wallet. And once you do that, you're going to, basically your Bitcoin Cash is going to appear in that wallet. Now, one thing to note, you can't just create a new address within your current, say, Electrum account. You're going to need to create an entirely new wallet with a new seed. Now, the reason you're going to want to use a burner wallet is because I don't think you're going to be able to use that wallet again, or you're not going to want to use that wallet again after you do this. So you're basically creating a burner wallet to take advantage of that Bitcoin Cash, and then you can always transfer your real Bitcoins back to your original wallet and keep using that original wallet. I think the reasoning behind that is because, like, I've heard some people are engraving their seeds in silver or storing it in a safety deposit box, whatever else. And if you're going to go to all that work, like, why burn up that wallet? Another point, a little bit off topic, but altcoins are getting hit incredibly hard this week, this month, today. Altcoins may not be a bad way to put some money. I think a lot of people have been selling their alts to buy Bitcoin. Plus, when Bitcoin drops, Bitcoin's kind of recovered, but when Bitcoin drops, the altcoins tend to get hit harder and recover slower. So a lot of the altcoins, Lisk, NEM, ARC, Ardor, Golem, a lot of these coins are down like 50% or more in the past 30 days. You can check this stuff on coinmarketcap.com. It will show the top, I don't know, top 50, top 100, top cryptocurrencies with the highest market cap. They show a little graph over how they've been doing the last 30 days. You can see how they've been trending the last 24 hours, the last week, the last month. And I think after August 1st, maybe first half of August, we'll get a nice rebound in the altcoins. So I'm throwing some money into altcoins. I didn't put this on my list, but one tip for you guys who are worried about getting your coins out of Coinbase. I haven't tried this yet, but here's what I was thinking about doing. So right now, Bitcoin transfers are backlogged. However, Ethereum and Litecoin transfers are still going through quickly. So you will lose a couple percent doing this, but here's what I might suggest doing. Go over to GDAX, which is essentially Coinbase's exchange wing of Coinbase. It's cheaper to trade on there. Convert your Bitcoins into either Litecoin or Ethereum. Send that Litecoin or Ethereum over to Bittrex, Poloniex, Kraken, etc. Trade it for Bitcoin and then cash the Bitcoin, or then not cash the Bitcoin, trade it for Bitcoin and then transfer that Bitcoin from those exchanges to your Trezor or your Electrum wallet, or if you just want to let it sit there for the split, let it sit there. But at this point, it doesn't look like anybody's going to get a Coinbase transfer out. So if you quickly sell off your Bitcoins for Electrum or Litecoin, like I said, you'll lose a couple percent doing that, then send it over to another exchange, then transfer it into Bitcoin and do whatever you want to do with your Bitcoin. But it seems like at this point, this may be the only way to get your Bitcoins off Coinbase. Next point, another thing I wanted to mention, Bitcoin Cash, in my opinion, is not free money. There's no such thing as free money. A lot of people right now are buying into Bitcoin, wanting to get their quote-unquote free Bitcoin Cash. In my opinion, it's already priced into the market. I think Bitcoin probably should be trading at maybe $2,300 to $2,500. In reality, we're trading at maybe on the low end $2,600, but $2,700, $2,800. I think this is because everybody is buying in anticipation of getting their free Bitcoin Cash, which at the end of the day, I don't think is going to be that valuable anyway. So everybody's going to dump it as soon as it comes out, and that's going to cause it to tank even more. I think I already mentioned this, but Bitcoin Cash futures started off close to $600. Last I checked, which was probably more than 24 hours ago, they were at $342. I imagine it's going to continue to go lower as we close it on August 1st. And once everybody starts dumping it, it's probably going to go even lower. So for that reason, I don't think anybody's getting free money. I think this quote-unquote free money is already priced into the market. And I think it's kind of silly to be in this huge rush to get your Bitcoin Cash because I don't think it's really going to be that advantageous anyways. Next point, I just thought this is kind of not really educational or a point. This is just kind of something interesting. But so for the past couple months, we've been leading up to this August 1st date. We've heard all this stuff about how one side needed to reach a certain amount of hash power to avoid a fork. The other side needed to reach a certain amount of hash power to cause a fork. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm still kind of confused by all this, but if I'm not mistaken, the Bitcoin Core side has reached the hash power to do what they want to do and avoid a fork. The other side, the Bitcoin Cash / Bitcoin ABC side, has not reached the hash power that they needed to cause a fork. And despite that, they're able to fork anyway. So I don't get what the hell this whole, what was the point of all this lead up and all this talk about hash power if in the end it doesn't matter anyways and they're able to do what they want to do? That kind of blows my mind. And one other point, just something to note, it seems like every time that the Bitcoin world gets crazy, prices go wild, people are up in the air about forks and stuff like this, in the end it winds up being a non-event. I think for probably 90% of Bitcoin users, the smartest thing to do would be to throw your Bitcoin in an Electrum wallet, save the seeds, throw them in a safe in your bottom drawer in a bank safety deposit box, put them on your Trezor, lock it away somewhere, and forget about Bitcoin for the next year or two. I think we all get all worked up about all this. There's a very small percentage of people in the Bitcoin community who I think are actually developers and are actually part of shaping the direction of Bitcoin. And somebody like me is not knowledgeable enough to have any part or any say in that. So what's the point in even getting hung up in all the drama? And I think that's probably true for a lot of Bitcoin holders. I made a video a while back how I lost, I forget what it was, $27,000, $37,000 with one stupid Bitcoin trade. And I kind of talked about how, I forget, this is probably way back, like last spring, if not last fall or something like that. But there had been talk of another Bitcoin fork. Bitcoin prices were swinging wildly from like 1,200 down to 800. Back up to 1,100, back down to 900. And part of it was the fork, and that kind of spooked me a little bit. But also I kind of got greedy and wanted to make some money off that volatility. So the next time Bitcoin hit like 11 something, I said, okay, I'm going to sell. And then I thought what would happen is, like clockwork, Bitcoin would be back down to $800 or $900. I'd pick some up at a discount, wait for it to go back up to 1,200, sell, make a couple $100. I was going to kind of swing trade and try to make some money that way. However, what wound up happening is Bitcoin, after I sold at 11, Bitcoin never wound up coming back down. Sure, I could have bought back in, but I kept saying, I'm going to wait for it to drop. I'm going to wait for it to drop. Well, next thing I know, Bitcoin's at $2,800, $2,900, and I never had a chance to buy back in. I wound up missing out on, I don't know, probably $30,000 or $40,000 worth of gains, and I was really kind of kicking myself, whereas had I just locked my Bitcoin away, I'd be sitting on a pretty significant amount of Bitcoin at a fairly decent price and would be up a lot of money right now. But, yeah, so that's kind of my, let's see, how many points do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's kind of my 9 points. Again, Coinbase is taking incredibly long. At this point, you're probably not going to get your coins out of Coinbase. You can try that workaround I suggested, which is turning your Bitcoins into Litecoin or Ethereum and trying to transfer those to an exchange, swapping them for Bitcoin, and then either letting them sit there or sending it back to your wallet. Next point, if you don't have a Trezor, it's probably too late. Bitcoin exchanges who will be supporting Bitcoin Cash is Poloniex, Bittrex, and Kraken. If you're looking for a wallet, it's probably too late for a hardware wallet, but Electrum's probably the way to go, in my opinion. How do you get your Bitcoin Cash safely? Again, we talked about that workaround. You're going to set up a burner wallet. You're going to move your Bitcoin over there. You're going to send the original Bitcoin back to your real wallet, and then you're going to upload that seed or those private keys to a wallet that supports Bitcoin Cash, and your Bitcoin Cash should appear. Next point was altcoins are getting hit hard. May not be a bad idea to get into them. Next point was Bitcoin Cash isn't free money. It's kind of already priced into the market. And then we just kind of had the 2 points about how this whole thing has been a big lead up and a lot of drama for nothing. So again, I'd like to kind of treat this this video as kind of a place where we can update each other. Let me know how long your Coinbase transfers are taking. Let me know what wallet you guys plan to use. Let me know any predictions you guys have for the price of Bitcoin in the next couple days, the next couple weeks, as well as Bitcoin Cash. And really just kind of use the comment section to kind of keep everybody up on the current events of this whole thing. So I feel like crap. I'm gonna turn this, cut this video off and go relax and try to feel a little bit better here. Yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of the weekend, and don't do anything crazy. Don't freak out and start getting frantic and scatterbrained and making stupid decisions and losing Bitcoins. That's it for today, guys. I'll try to keep you guys updated if anything interesting happens. If my Coinbase transfer finally winds up coming through, I'll let you guys know. It looks like at this point I am going to wind up with a little bit of Bitcoin stranded on Coinbase, but big shit, who cares? It's not going to be a whole lot of money, I don't think. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this up. I'll catch you guys on the next video.